Okay guys, you're welcome back. So in this video, I want to share with you some salient information about why foreigners like Oman. Especially, I mean foreign doctors, foreign health workers, foreign nurses. Okay. Now, before I delve into this video, I'd like you to go and subscribe to this channel immediately and turn on your notifications because I'm going to be dropping a lot of updates in recent times. Now, as someone who have traveled to most of the GCC countries, worked in Saudi Arabia, and then worked in Oman, why do foreign health workers kind of prefer Oman to some of the other countries around, especially Saudi Arabia? Okay, I'm going to make a rough comparison of these reasons and not downgrade any country in particular, but to highlight the points and the reasons for which people tend to like Oman more. Now, how do I know that? I know that because I have seen a lot of doctors and nurses who were in Saudi Arabia who moved to Oman and then have spent decades or at least 10 to 15 years and above in Oman. You're going to find many people who spent a very short time in Saudi, but then they moved to Oman and they stayed very long. Now, that includes Nigerians, Sudanese in particular, okay, Egyptians, and all these nationalities. So what's making them make this move? And why is Oman such a welcoming place? Now, to start with, the culture in Oman is not hostile to foreigners. In fact, Oman has a very receptive culture. I'm not talking religion now, culture. The culture is very receptive in that as a foreigner, especially as a responsible foreigner, especially even as a health worker like a doctor, you're going to find that the people are going to be very friendly with you. They are usually nice, okay? They are more polite than their neighbors, okay? And they are more welcoming, they are more hospitable, and the environment kind of feels welcoming to you, and people tend to just like that and relax. So over time, I've come to see a lot of foreigners, expatriates from surrounding countries, India, Sudan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Egypt, who came into Oman, and then they stay very long practicing in Oman. Now, this is one of the reasons. Number two is the ease of movement. We know that in Saudi Arabia, for example, there is a bit of restriction coming in and going out. You need visas to come in, you need exit visas to go out. So that kind of restricts the movement of people, and your employer has to give that permission. In Oman, you're free to go and come. You don't need any permission from your employer to leave the country or to come back, except you're applying for a visa. And then your employer maybe has to write that, okay, that we know this person, he's working with us, we are permitting him to go to this country. That's if you're applying for a visa and you need your employer to write a letter for you or something. But otherwise, if you already have the visa to where you're going to, or if your passport can allow you to go to those places, you just get on the flight and you're gone. No need for an exit visa, no restrictions. So that restriction of movement, or the absence of the restriction to movement, is a big plus for Oman. Number three is cost of living. Relative to Saudi, Oman is a bit more costly to live, but if you compare it to the other surrounding GCC countries, Oman is a cheap place to live. And so I've been to Saudi, I've been to Qatar, I've been to Kuwait. I just dropped by Abu Dhabi and all of that. So I might not have enough experience with Abu Dhabi, but the other places that I've been to, you see that life is really expensive. Okay, life is really expensive in the GCC. Oman is a relatively cheap place to live, and salaries actually sometimes look like they are low in Oman. But if you compare it, what the people who are earning those salaries, how they can live relative to their neighbors in the other countries like UAE, Qatar, you will see that their life is much better. Okay, and so that is one thing to take note of: cost of living. Now, Oman is very quiet, organized, and safe. every time I travel to a GCC country and return to Oman, I kind of feel this homely feeling, like welcome home. From the airport, there is no hustle or bustle. Everything is organized. Everybody's moving calmly. The cabman is picking you, going to wherever your hotel and all of that. So, interacting with you, and it's just fun. Oman just feels like home. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's just me, because I've spoken to other people, even in other professions. I know someone who was in Oman and later moved to Kuwait. I spoke with him. He was like, Oman is still the best. So if he had opportunity to come back to or to move from Kuwait, he was going to come back to Oman. You see that Oman is really cool, and he spent very long time in Oman. So Oman has this homely feeling, and then peaceful is another thing. Some people from Africa kind of think everywhere in the Middle East they are throwing bombs or they are fighting wars. No, the GCC is a very safe place. It's one of the safest places in the world. As a matter of fact, I feel safer in Oman than in Canada. You see that? So you need to have this in mind when you're thinking about all of these countries, and it's part of what is going to help you in making your decision. Another point is that there's a lot of job security in Oman, especially if you're working for the government. It's really a secure job, and often what you get is a 2 years contract. I'm getting feelers that is about to increase to 3 years, and their jobs are usually easily renewable without any issues, unlike in the neighboring country where it's renewed yearly, and there are laws that make it easy to lose your job. Okay, people have just come to work in the morning in their neighbor, I don't want to call the name, and in the evening or the next day they don't have a job anymore. So it happens. Okay, so in this wise, Oman has job security, especially for health workers. Okay, now what else? The weather is cool. It's a desert place, but everywhere is air conditioned, inside your house, your car, and all of that. And in the winter, people actually move from Canada, US, all these places to come and winter in Oman and UAE, all these Middle East countries, because it's cool but it's warm. It's a mixture of beauty. You understand? It's cool but it's warm. Kind of that middle point. There's winter in the Oman and the GCC. It's cold, but you can never compare it with what you have in places where you have snow falling in Canada and Denmark and all of those places. So that's another reason people come. Then another thing is religious tolerance. There's a lot of religious tolerance in Oman. The people accept the fact that you are of another religion. Let's say you're a Christian. No, nobody really is going to bother you about your religion. They just don't want you to impose your religion on their citizens. Okay, so as long as you don't go trying to preach to them as a Christian or try to convert or proselyte them, it's against the law. You could land in jail. So otherwise, nobody really cares. There are churches in Oman where you go to worship and all of that. You do your thing. You can put that you're a Christian on your application forms or any form that you're asked to fill, but that's just about that. Yes, it's an Islamic state. The official religion of the country is Islam, okay, but there is religious tolerance, and so people don't get to bother a lot about their religion when they live in Oman. Okay, health workers are very, very fairly compensated in Oman. While they are not the highest paid, as you would expect, but they rank at a very high place in the country, and so there's a lot of you'll be able to have cash to do what you have to do, because you're shopping from the same market as the guys who earn about 1/3 your salary. So you're going to be able to live well off. Okay, and if you're working for the government, you have free health care. If you come from an Arabic speaking country, your kids can go to school almost free of charge in the government schools. All your family members are covered by health insurance, and a whole lot of stuff, all the travel ticket stuffs and the rest. There are a lot of benefits for working for the government in Oman. So if you have that opportunity, that's cool. Hold it on and lash onto it. Now, to wrap up this video, there are still a lot more points, but it's a kind of impromptu show. I didn't really plan this much to speak this long. Vidant Solution is currently hiring doctors, nurses, and radiographers to come work in Oman. Now, we've opened up our wait list in a Telegram channel. So I want to encourage all those who are interested, check the description below in this video, click on it and go join the Telegram channel. All the updates about the job, all whatever fees you need to pay, the exams are going to be holding there. I'm also going to hold a webinar there. I don't know what time you'll be watching this video, but no matter the time you're watching it, the Telegram channel is going to be available for you to join and read the previous comments, maybe watch the videos we've had there and see whatever has been going on there. And that was one of the reasons we switched from WhatsApp to Telegram, so that at any point a person joins, you'll be able to get updates on what we are doing at the given time. Okay, so sign up, do what you have to do. If you're watching this and the academy is already live, which you're going to, I believe, find out in the Telegram channel, register for the academy. It's just a little money, pay for it, register, so you can become eligible to take up these positions. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.